This episode of Film Stock Reviews, I'm reviewing episode 5, the season 11 of American Horror Story NYC, titled Bad Fortune. This was a really interesting episode because it was more so in your face, and the way it starts out is really interesting. We see Sandra Bernhardt's character as Fran going into this psychic place, and we see Patty Lupon's character, who is the nightclub singer, also running this place, Kathy for that matter, and she basically says to, Fran to, Fran's looking for a job, help on it. She comes in and everything. And it's the entire episode is about bad fortune. So the aspect of the bad fortune is that Dr. Hannah Wells, who is pregnant, and the character of Adam go in and they get their readings done, and all this death is around them. They think, but they don't believe in anything. That's what's happening, and it's just a progression of what if, what's happening, and can certain things happen. This was a very Adam and I want to say Hannah driven episode, but it's really interesting how it was really done, and it's just like weird. Gino, doesn't make an appearance, I want to say, until the last 15 minutes of the episode, and Gino goes to the psychic reading, and all of a sudden, something happens. The Angel of Death appears. And the interesting thing about that is that the Angel of Death hasn't been in American horror in a very long time. And it's been since, I want to say, I feel like, oh my goodness, if I can remember, American Horror Story Asylum. That's when we last saw the Angel of Death, Frances Conroy. But we didn't actually see Frances Conroy as the Angel of Death. I believe some other actress played the role in this episode. Now, uh, like, the whole aspect of how everything was done was interesting because Gino is still that, um, I want to say, still that front and center character. And while all that's happening, we see Patrick and Barbara at a divorce settlement. And, Barbara is trying to figure out things. And, they have a moment together. Patrick signs the paperwork. Barbara signs it, but then she passes out. She wakes up. She tells Patrick, "You need to go back to my place because I bought a dog." Patrick goes, and then he's confronted by Big Daddy. The aspect of Big Daddy being there is really weird and interesting. The hypothesis and the rumor is that this is a ghost from whoever's past it is haunting these homosexual gay men. Why? We don't know. Patrick gets tossed around and everything, and all of a sudden he wakes up and he's gone. All right. So then, as this episode progresses, Barbara is, trying to figure certain things out. And then Patrick and Gino go to meet Dr. Hannah Wells, basically trying to find out the name of the patient that, Dr. Hannah Wells is treating. She says no because it's, doctor-patient confidentiality. And and she sees that Gino has this mark on him, and she's been seeing it on a lot of gay men. Now, while she's pregnant, she finds out that she has low red blood cell counts, also like the homosexual gay men have also. She's trying to figure out why she has that as well. So while this is all happening, Barbara goes to take a shower, and then somehow, some way, Big Daddy kills her. Patrick runs in, sees it, loses his mind, and just like distraught, because you can tell he still loved his ex-wife, and it's just really interesting how it was done. Whiteley now explains that he's going to debut his creation that he's been doing. This moment at the end is like a mixture of the movie Saw meets Frankenstein. So somehow Whiteley turned into Dr. Frankenstein and is creating his monster. I do like how they're doing that. It takes a different turn of how what you think is happening in this show. And this is a fantastic, well-written show. Some out there who are fans of American Horror Story are finding this episode, this season for that matter, very boring, very lackluster. I don't see that at all. The story arc is great. The characters are great. It's very well driven, and the thrills and anticipations is just out around every corner. You don't know what to expect. Now, Basically, Whiteley is going to reveal his creation at the New York's NYC Pride Parade. And it's just weird because he, in a way, says, this year I've decided to will mean something. You know, this parade will mean something in everybody, but I can't tell you why. So basically, he kind of kidnapped the two men that were following him in the elevator, and basically, he needs one of their heart and one of their genitals, or their penis for that matter. And it's really interesting how that whole aspect of Whiteley played out. And I really enjoy the character of Whiteley. He's like a serial killer, but yet he kind of has a heart in a way, if I'm not mistaken. But this was a fun episode. It wasn't very much Geno forward. Everybody was, their characters were facing death all around them, and we saw who was facing death, and it's really, really interesting. A lot of great writing, and I'm very surprised at how well this season is going. And like I said, after episode 5, the series and the seasons really slow down a bit. I'm hoping that's not the case with this one, especially when it's a 2 episode week every week until the season finale, which is episode 10. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought about this episode of American Horror Story NYC, episode 5, season 11, titled Bad Fortune. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? Did you like the storyline aspect? Did you like what was happening? And what do you think is going to happen in the next few episodes? It's getting crazy, and there's only a few episodes left. Let me know in the comment section below about all the questions I just asked, and I'll see you all in the next review video. And please stay tuned and click this box right here for my episode 6 review of American Horror Story NYC.